Numbers, they are everywhere, governing our lives and shaping our destinies. They are the silent partners in every decision we make, every route we take, and every breath we draw. They are the unsung heroes of our existence, the invisible threads that bind the fabric of our reality. Let's take a moment to appreciate their omnipresence. When we wake up in the morning, the first thing most of us do is look at the time, a numerical representation of the Earth's rotation. We then proceed to check our emails. Perhaps there are 50 unread messages waiting for us, or maybe 100. Think about your day, the number of steps you take, the calories you consume, the money you spend, the hours you work or study. Our lives are a symphony of numbers, playing a silent melody that only we can hear. But the power of numbers extends beyond the mundane. They are the foundation of our understanding of the universe. They tell us how far away the stars are, how old the Earth is, how fast light travels. They help us predict the weather, understand the spread of diseases, and estimate the resources we need to sustain our populations. Consider some intriguing numerical facts. There are roughly 100 trillion cells in the human body. The Earth is around 4.5 billion years old. There are more than 7 billion people on this planet, speaking nearly 7,000 languages. Yet despite our differences, we all understand the language of numbers. Numbers, so simple yet so profound, they truly are the universal language. But what gives numbers their power? It's the science behind them. Numbers aren't just digits we use to count or measure. They are the fundamental building blocks of our understanding of the universe. You see, the science of numbers is ubiquitous. It's everywhere, from the smallest particles to the vast cosmos. Take physics, for instance. In the world of quantum mechanics, numbers help us unravel the mysteries of the universe. They allow us to calculate the speed of light, the charge of an electron, or the mass of a proton. Without numbers, these groundbreaking discoveries would have been impossible. Chemistry too is deeply intertwined with numbers. The periodic table, it's all about numbers. Each element is defined by its atomic number, the number of protons in its nucleus. And let's not forget about Avogadro's number, a fundamental constant that allows chemists to measure substances at the atomic level. But the science of numbers isn't confined to the hard sciences. Social sciences like psychology and economics also rely heavily on numbers. They use statistics to understand trends and patterns in human behavior. Numbers enable them to quantify concepts like happiness or wealth, which might seem subjective but can be measured to a certain extent. Let's take a moment to appreciate the power of numbers in biology. Biologists use numbers to understand the genetic code, to count species, to measure biodiversity. They're essential in epidemiology, where numbers help track the spread of diseases and the effectiveness of treatments. Numbers also play a significant role in computer science. From binary code, the language of computers, to complex algorithms that drive artificial intelligence, numbers are at the core of these technological advancements. So whether we're exploring the depths of the ocean, the intricacies of the human mind, or the farthest reaches of space, numbers are our guides. They help us make sense of the world, quantify the abstract, and make predictions about the future. Science and numbers, an inseparable duo leading us towards the unknown. Numbers aren't just about science, they're an art form too. The beauty of numbers isn't confined to laboratories or mathematic equations. It extends its tendrils into the realm of art, music, and literature, creating symphonies, masterpieces, and timeless narratives. They are the silent artists, the unseen maestros, the unspoken poets. Consider music. Every note, every rhythm, every melody is built on the backbone of numbers. The tempo, the time signature, the frequency of the notes, they're all numerical concepts. A musician, in essence, is a mathematician. They manipulate numbers, creating a cascade of sounds that tug at our heartstrings, stir our souls, and make us tap our feet. Shift your focus to the visual arts. The golden ratio, a mathematical concept, is the secret behind many of the world's most beautiful buildings and artworks. A sequence of numbers, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, and so on. Each number the sum of the two before it. This proportion, approximately 1.618, is found in the pyramids of Egypt, the Parthenon in Greece, and even in the works of Leonardo da Vinci. Now, let's talk about literature. The sonnets of Shakespeare, the epics of Homer, the novels of Jane Austen, all structured around numbers. The iambic pentameter, the hexameter, the number of chapters, these are all numerical constructs that give shape to our stories, that guide the flow of our narratives. Numbers, you see, are more than just digits. They are the rhythm in our songs, the beauty in our art, the structure in our stories. They give form to the formless, order to the chaos, and meaning to the abstract. They are the invisible threads that weave the tapestry of our culture, our civilization, our humanity. Numbers, a silent composer creating harmony in chaos. Numbers have a profound impact. They influence decisions, shape policies, and drive innovations. This statement is not an exaggeration, but a straightforward fact. In every corner of our global society, numbers play an integral role that's often overlooked. Take decision-making, for instance, whether it's a multinational corporation deciding on its next big investment or a government planning its budget. Numbers are the bedrock of these processes. The company might look at figures such as potential market size, projected return on investment, and more. The government, on the other hand, might be poring over tax revenue, public debt, and GDP growth rates. These numbers, these raw data points, guide the decisions that shape our world. And how about policy formulation? Here too, numbers are key. Climate policies, for example, rest heavily on numerical data. Scientists quantify the amount of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, measure the rate of global temperature increase, and predict the potential impacts of climate change. These numbers translate into tangible targets for reducing emissions and help policymakers design strategies to achieve them. In the realm of innovation as well, numbers are indispensable. Consider the development of new technologies like artificial intelligence. It's all about crunching massive amounts of data, analyzing patterns, and making predictions. These numerical tools enable us to push the boundaries of what's possible, giving birth to inventions that revolutionize our lives. But the impact of numbers isn't confined to these grand scales. They shape our personal lives too. The budget we set for groceries, the time we spend exercising, the number of steps we aim to walk each day, numbers guide our actions and choices in countless ways. So the next time you come across a number, pause for a moment. Consider the power it holds, the decisions it guides, the policies it shapes, the innovations it drives. Remember, numbers are not just abstract concepts, they are real, tangible entities that have a profound impact on our world. Numbers, a catalyst for change, shaping our world one digit at a time. As we step into the future, numbers will play an even bigger role. Just think about it for a moment. We're living in an age where technologies are evolving at an unprecedented pace. Artificial intelligence, quantum computing, deep learning. These are no longer terms relegated to the realms of science fiction. They're our reality, and they're all deeply rooted in numbers. Consider artificial intelligence, for example. At its core, AI is all about processing vast amounts of data, making sense of it, and using it to make predictions or decisions. And what is data, really? It's just numbers. Numbers that represent the world around us, our behaviors, our preferences, our lives. Or take quantum computing. This revolutionary technology has the potential to solve complex problems in seconds that would take a conventional computer thousands of years. And how does it do this? By leveraging the power of quantum bits, or qubits, which, unlike traditional bits, can represent zeros and ones at the same time. Again, it's all about numbers, and let's not forget about deep learning. This subset of machine learning uses algorithms, or numerical instructions, to train artificial neural networks. These networks can then recognize patterns, make predictions, and even learn from their mistakes, all thanks to the power of numbers. As we look to the future, it's clear that numbers will continue to shape our lives in ways we can't even imagine yet. They'll help us solve complex problems, make better decisions, and even push the boundaries of what's possible. And as our understanding of numbers continues to grow, so too will their influence. As we stand on the brink of a new era, one thing is clear: the future is numbered.